Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Okay, let's start with the New York Jets. So if this is your first time watching our YouTube videos, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below of what your feelings are the Jets season going forward. Avery, the Jets finished 3-14 last year, so they had a pretty high pick. Give me your favorite move.
It's got to
Uh,
be those picks that they used in the first round. They had three first round picks. They had number two. They drafted Bailey as their pass rusher. They drafted a tight end and Sadiq and a wide receiver and Cooper Jr. Using two of those on offense and getting the best premier pass rusher in the league or coming into the draft, I think is where my favorite move for the Jets would be.
Yeah, I would agree. I wrote down great draft, so I'm with you on that. And then Trevondre Sweat. Great pickup by them. He was one of the better defensive tackles last year. He had an 83.4 PFF grade, which is fifth in the league among defensive tackles. So I think that was a good get for them. So I think their defensive line will actually be pretty fun this year if Aaron Glenn is what he's supposed to be. So I like that. Give me your least favorite move.
I think it's pretty obvious. There's not a whole lot of expectation for the Jets this year. So really, to me, there weren't anything that they did that was unfavorable. Their offseason was kind of quiet. They had a good draft. So there's really not one thing that sticks out to me as something that's my least favorite. They're just not an exciting team. They're not a playoff team. So how can they build towards the future? So there's really not a whole lot to me that I would view as my least favorite.
That's fair. I just said Geno Smith. We kind of know what he is. I'd rather see like some sort of different quarterback, like the Dolphins with Malik Willis. Like you kind of take a flyer on a young quarterback that maybe didn't get some opportunity. Geno's 35. He had a really bad year. We'll talk about, he needs the perfect situation to be like a good quarterback or an average quarterback. So that's my least favorite. I would have rather see them go with something younger. And it's a little bit of a nitpick, but I'll take it. Give me your green flag going into the season or the thing you're kind of excited about for the Jets.
Yeah, I think it goes hand in hand with what I was just saying. It's a draft and develop year.
Yeah.
What did they have moving forward for the talent? Can they lose enough games to have a top pick next year to be able to get a quarterback that could
Mhm.
potentially turn the franchise around? To me, that's the biggest green flag that they have is there's zero expectation.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like the development, watching the young players develop. They got that young tight end too, so we'll see if that pans out. I'm excited too for their defensive line, so I think that's something to watch out for. We already talked about a little bit of it. So just like their defense can be pretty okay, especially if Aaron Glenn is a good head coach.
Yeah. And
So
how many of us would be excited for our teams to have pick two, was it two, 17, and 30?
mhm.
I think that they had. How many of us would be excited to watch those three players in the preseason and then throughout the regular season to see how they progress?
Yeah, totally agree. Totally agree. What's your biggest concern or red flag going into the season?
You've already mentioned it. It's the quarterback situation. Geno Smith is not the answer. They don't have anything else on that roster or in that depth spot that's going to be that answer. So how can they move forward going into next year to find their franchise quarterback?
Yeah, yeah. So it's going to be kind of another I mean, we've mentioned it's probably going to be another rebuilding year. I have just I don't know Aaron Glenn. Is he a good coach? Question mark. That's my red flag is I after so as somebody who watches the Lions a lot, I wondered that when he left Detroit, is he actually good? And then last year there was things that hinted at maybe he's not good. So I'm just concerned about it. So that's my red flag is I just am not confident that Aaron Glenn's going to be a good head coach. So we'll see. Give me your fantasy football go-to.
There's not many. I don't really trust Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
I think Brees Hall got hurt today in practice. I don't think it's anything serious. Um, I would take a late round flyer on Cooper Jr.
hmm
or the tight end Sadiq.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I put down too. Or even like we'll see how it works, but they got that Mitchell guy. It's his third year in the league, so maybe
Yeah,
they'll use
80
him more.
Mitchell.
Yeah. Yeah, so maybe like not Wilson, but one because Wilson might even be being drafted too. I should have checked his ADP. I did not, but I'd rather take a flyer on one of those other wide receivers and see what
Yeah.
you get
The only
in
thing I
late.
could see is if Garrett Wilson asked for a trade partway through the season, like he doesn't want to spend his career in a rebuilding team, then he might be worth something.
Yeah, it's true. What is he's 26 already, so he's not going to want to spend another 2 to 3 years rebuilding. Yeah, good point. Okay, let's predict their season. The over under for the Jets are 5.5, 5.5, 5.5 games. So what do you got, Avery, for their prediction?
On the betting line, I would take the under. I have them at 4 wins, 13
Oh,
losses.
no. I went 5-12, so I went just under. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yep, not
Okay.
a whole lot to be excited about that team.
Well, yeah, as far as like, yeah, you're not expecting to win a lot. I think as long as you focus on the like, we talked about the development of the young guys. I think you and not worried so much about winning and losing. I think you'll be fine. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It's
sorry, I
not
should have said that about this season. Not much to be excited about, but you
right.
can watch those young players, see how they develop, and that's exciting, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. That's true. That's true. Okay. So thanks so much, everyone, for watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below of your predictions and tell me and Avery how wrong we are about everything. Yeah, we can take it. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.